today. Woo-hoo! And we're very excited to be in your homes today. Welcome to the show. We have a fantastic show for you today. We have our lovely co-host here as usual. Good morning, Sanzi! In the building! Where have you been all our lives?
Mariah, you know, I've had to answer that question over and over again on social networks. People meet me on the road and they stop and Sanzi, where are you? And I will tell them, look, I've been filming. Yeah. Okay, I had to take a little break. Location, it gets difficult to an extent to juggle two stuff. But I am back.
Jumoke in the building. How you doing?
I'm a little under the weather today because I had pounded yam at 8 p.m. last night and it didn't digest.
Only you can do that. I said like
It's Mrs. Also, I told her I don't eat late at night, but...
Why get in the building?
Yo!
How you doing, YK?
Thank you. I have wedding blues.
Oh, obviously. I have to come to the other ladies in the show. We have Nima in the building.
Mariah, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. It's our second year anniversary, and today is our naming ceremony for my little niece.
Congratulations.
So happy naming ceremony. God bless you.
I'm very good. I'm very happy to be.
Like I'm getting married today.
It was part of a lady. One of our staff sells them, and she tried to sponsor us by giving us something to wear. And I'm grateful to our chairman. Thank you. I'm so happy about this. I missed last year's the first anniversary. I wasn't around, and being that I was here from the beginning, like I was here in the first show, I feel so happy. I thank God for the opportunity to be here. Thank you all.
I'll invite our guests to bit later. Uwa, how are you?
I'm very well. Wednesday was my father's birthday. Yesterday, I had my sister in the house, Morenike Bashara, daughter, was her birthday. And today is my mom's birthday. Aww. So happy birthday. The month of June is a lot of birthdays.
Yes, so now let's introduce our special guest. As usual, we have Larry in the building. Larry has been with us in the last few months. He's been on our show several times.
He's become our co-host.
He's become our co-host and our special life coach. And honestly, it's always a pleasure to have you, Larry.
Thank you very
we
much.
hope that today you give us some insight on how to embrace this change.
Wow, you ladies are looking beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. We were actually dressed up by a Twitter fan.
Yeah, Twitter fan just made clothes for us, so free of charge.
Wow.
FOC.
All of us.
I need to know her name. Maybe Rita again.
I know her name on Twitter is Uwa Olatunde, but I don't know. I think
her real name. Well, thank you so much for the lovely dress you made for us.
All of us.
Let's now say hello to Natasha's boss. I know it's your first time on our show.
Very first time.
Yes, you ever heard of the show before?
Oh yeah, I've seen it a couple of times. I think you guys are doing a fantastic
Thank
job.
you.
Well done.
So good to have you on.
Thank
good
you.
to have you. Hey, Professor Chris. Woo! Welcome here. How are you? You said you were going to come and you came. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure to be here.
And our lovely, lovely members of the audience.
Mama Gali.
Mama Garlic! I'm sorry!
Wondering.
Imagine! Mama Garlic, I'm sorry!
I was wondering,
I do apologize.
maybe you're still angry with me.
No,
We're going to do
like-
10 by December, we agreed.
Yes, sir.
And YK is on my side.
Yes, sir.
And the kids are also there.
Yes.
The twins are older now.
Don't worry, Mary. This one was actually tighter initially. I lost a bit of weight, so I'm getting there.
Oh, that's a good one. So, December 12th, Mariah,
December 31st.
31st.
I'll be a size 10 for those of you that don't know. Size
Okay,
10.
so give her a round of applause for that. So because I'm going to come and ask you, and YK is going to do a good job for me. Good morning, everyone. Mama Garlic in the
have you.
house. I
Yes,
hope
sir.
you've been obeying me, and I
Yes.
hope you are living
All right.
better,
All
and
right.
you're looking good. Good morning,
Good,
everyone.
good. So we thank our audience for being here. Appreciate you being here. Morenike, who else do we? There's our regular callers here. Thank you so much. I hope we can get some names where I can start throwing out some names. Oh, we have Kenny right over there. How you doing? So thank you all for being here. Now, we'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll just go through the front pages of the newspapers. We have so much to do today. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. All right, before I go into the papers, I forgot to mention that we have Honorable Iyabo Karim in the building. Good morning, Ma. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being here. All right, let us start with the Punch. We're going to breeze through this because we have a lot of things to do. The Punch. No 3.2 billion naira severance pay for Jonathan others till 2016. Ghana petrol station explosion kills 150 people. I'm sure you guys heard about that. ICPC grills Okiro, that's the former police commissioner, no, IG of police, over alleged 275 million naira scam. 8 billion naira fraud suspects tricked CBN to deliver 1.6 billion, that says EFCC. Boko Haram, US set to renew cooperation with Nigeria. Federal government marketers meet today over fuel scarcity. Suicide bombers hit Maiduguri Yola again. 47 reps pass PIB, 7th National Assembly winds down. And Lagos thugs slaughter 5 after naming ceremony. I'll run through all, then whatever story sticks out, we can just talk about it very briefly. Okay, The Nation, major headline, US team for Nigeria to join Boko Haram fight. Senate President Lawan group in push for ranking. 10 die in Ondo tanker accident. Houseboy steals Bolaji Akinyemi's 11 million naira watch. Hey, 8 billion naira fraud. You're wearing like a whole property on your hand. Like,
they say your watch tells all about you.
Okay, well, 8 billion naira fraud. 6 more bankers arraigned. Moving on to Vanguard. 10 dead as Yola suffers first Boko Haram attack. Suicide bomber kills 4 at Maiduguri military checkpoint. Yola attack carried out by a bomber at Jimeta main market. Reps pass petroleum industry bill. I need somebody to please write that down. We need to talk about that one. 300 billion naira fraud. Sheriff spends second day with AFCC. 123 bills passed in 4 years as 7th Senate ends. Jumping over to Daily Sun. Fuel tankers trailer wreak havoc again. 3 crushed to death in Onitsha. 11 killed in Ondo, Oshun. Senate Presidency Unity Forum writes APC on Lawan Akume ticket. Buhari, Derby strike deal on Boko Haram. And Senate backs down on Constitution Amendment. And let's jump to Guardian. Reps pass petroleum industry bill. 23 die in Ondo tanker crash. 35 senators elect write APC on Chambers leadership. And I took bribe, FIFA's Blazer admits. Really? And our last paper for this morning, that's This Day. APC moves to starve off rift over National Assembly leadership. Chiefs meeting with lawmakers. Nigerian CEOs converge on Ethiopia as Dangote opens $500 million cement plant. And federal government review PIB as House pass oil legislation. All right, ladies, what sticks out to you? I know the PIB thing we're talking about kind of sticks out to me.
And I'd like Chris to clarify that. Is the lower chamber able to pass without the upper chamber, or the upper chamber without the lower chamber?
No, I think that the first thing to note is that it's a tragedy of sorts because we don't have a PIB bill. You know, the Senate did not pass it, so we obviously do not have a bill in that respect.
So because the House of Rep did it, doesn't mean that
it's been passed.
Concur.
Both houses
have to concur. So we practically don't have it. What other story you want to pick up?
I think what else jumps at me is the story of the truck at Onitsha. That would be like the third one within like a week. The first one was the truck that caught fire and burned, according to reports, varying numbers though, but some said over 79 bodies, and then the next one was a truck full of soda drinks just collapsed on the bridge. And then a couple of days back, this truck also fell off the Yanupaja bridge, and then the Ghana incident. So this truck incident keeps happening, and it's taking a lot of lives.
And obviously, we just need the will to work.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, this issue of, I just missed it now. The U.S. asking that, saying that they're ready to work with us. Do you have any comments on that? You don't have any comments on that. But who wants to respond to the fact that the U.S. has agreed now? They want to actually cooperate with Nigeria with Boko Haram.
I'd like to say that there was a conspiracy theory of why they came initially last year and then left. For them to be coming back, it seems the conspiracy theory is actually true.
I have a different opinion to that. Because, I mean, if I am staying in my house and you're staying in your house and I notice your house is burning and I offer to help you and you say, fine, I can take care of myself, then I go back home.
Yeah.
So if we say now that we're ready for you, please come and help us put out the fire, then we are ready. So when it comes to conspiracy theory, it means that we are working hand in hand to make sure they don't come. They were not working with us not to come. We didn't want them to come. And now we want them to come, so we're ready for them.
Well, I think, to be fair to the Jonathan administration, I think they actually wanted the help of the American government. I think what happened was that America was saying, listen, there's issue of human rights abuse here.
So
I can't get into that.
you first.
That's a fundamental issue.
No, before we make the waters murky, the truth is that when they came, because they came, you know, we had special servicemen on ground. They came, and then they found out that the anatomy of the whole...
Of the system.
The defense system, the conspiracy, as it were, on ground. And then the fact that they could not predict who gives orders, why information was getting around and getting to the other side. They couldn't understand it. And the primacy of life is prime to the American. So what they did was withdraw until such a time as that the Nigerian security agencies could guarantee their safety and security.
Is the situation different now because we still have the same heads as service chiefs, and you know if there was conspiracy that they left, there was a conspiracy theory, and that was the reason they left.
That's why we're talking about change today. The mantra resonates. The world sizably has confidence in the new regime, and then with the promise by Mr. President that the command headquarters will move to proximity to Locus Info, essentially the battle against terrorism, against insurgency will be taken to the Haramists in their den. And so I think it's sufficient to have confidence that a new regime, a new paradigm
Let's
is
just
on
hope
ground.
for the best now. All right? That's all we can take on front page review, because I don't want to
talk about the hoodlums that killed themselves in Ajah. That was really a sad story.
Terrible.
The ones coming from the naming ceremony.
They were coming from the naming ceremony. Apparently, there had been a fight 3 days before when the one called Yellow said one should kneel down. Bow to me, and he refused, so he beat him. And then 3 days later, they now caught them coming from a naming ceremony, chopped off the one called Shongo's head.
Terrible.
Yeah, and took his head.
Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have time to take the story because, as I said, we have too much to do. But that's a pretty sad story.
It is.
I know it's all over the papers. But if you want more story on that, you can always check up on the papers. But first, let's take a break now. When we return, we then go through, have a flashback on our previous episodes. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I'm excited. Yes, so.
It's all the drama.
We're crossed over.
Hey,
finally.
Welcome back. Now, the year 2013 was a critical year in Nigeria and all over the world. It served a rich mix of blessings, challenges, and uprising in spheres from economy, politics, moral, and social areas. From the Syrian war to the U.S. government shutdown, to the Boko Haram insurgency, to the Associated Airline crash, the whole works. 2013 was indeed a year we must look back and reflect on what happened. Now, what were the scandals, the controversies, what moments defined us as Nigerians and the world in general? Now, let's discuss our blessings.
Yeah, last year for me was first the walkout by PDP governors from the conference. It was a shocking and very good political move, a very, very smart political move that it just shows that there was something lacking in PDP, and the fact that APC could bring all those people together. Whichever way we know how our politicians are, the fact that they could willingly sign up with APC means that the person at the helms of the matter knew how to sell the dream and the vision well, and it gives me hope for 2015 that we'll for once have an election that might be equal, where you have PDP and it's not just the rest. No, it's not, usually we have PDP and the rest, but now we have PDP and a strong opposition.
For me, I'm not happy that there's division. I'm not a fan of fights or whatever. But you see, it's a breath of fresh air to actually see that something other than PDP is happening in our nation. And if it will stay steady like this, 2015, there might be hope, like she said.
Happy anniversary to all of us.
Y'all View is officially 1 year old today, and we are so happy to be here to celebrate. My name is Sandra Eze. I'm going to be hosting for today, and it's such an honor. I'm not alone, of course. I have my beautiful, amazing, intelligent ladies, and we're all in red. Now, ladies, we are reminiscing on our journey so far. It's been an incredible journey. Starting with, who do I start with? YK has been here from the very onset. Let's start with Owa. Yeah, Lady in Red. I remember the very first day you got here, we were talking skin treatment. Yes, sir. And you just stepped in and you took over like you were on fire.
And I didn't know I was auditioning.
Live audition.
I think I was the only one that did live audition here. And I always tell my husband that when DBC called me, the producer of the show said, don't worry, just read and I thought it was just okay, read and until we started. And you now read and your brain is like knocking. Sometimes I have to wake up very early in the morning just to do some research so you know what you sound intelligent, even if you're not intelligent. You sound intelligent. You pretend to be intelligent.
Many things that I do, but the program started and I used to love watching from home. But 3 months down the line, things happen, and then I got a phone call. Jumoke, are you still available in the mornings? You know, and from the very, very beginning, I've enjoyed it. You know, having that platform. You know, this is what I trained to do, but I've moved on to other things. But having that platform to represent people, because you're able to talk to people every day and then come up and say that this is what the people are saying. You know, I'm very appreciative, honored. You know,
because we're working together. It was a public holiday, and he was like, "Honey, I think you can do this." And I was like, "I can," but he's on TV, and I thought it was all simple and everything until my first show. I read.
First of all, my mind has opened because I've read more than I've ever read
all your life.
All my life. Because you have to read every day.
Yeah.
In fact, now I'm even getting tired of reading. I have to confess. I have to wake up at 4:30 every morning. Yeah. So I'm not seeing the lines under my eyes, and I'm saying, I better go. Hey, is the money worth all this? The money is not, they are not paying much. I said, see my face, so I was even complaining today. You know, so but it's been fun.
It is with pleasure and honor that I welcome our action governor, Governor Raji Fashola, in the building. Good to give you a hug. Good to have you. Please come on.
Thank you for coming.
Good. You go around here. So.
Good morning, Nima.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mikey. How are you doing? How are you doing?
Please have a seat.
Thank you very much.
Good. So, how you doing, Governor Fashola?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good to have you. I hear you watch our show once in a while.
I do, not once in a while, really. I stumbled on this show about a year ago, and I said, what were they talking about? And since then, I've become hooked, really. Unfortunately, you are on at the band time when I either have to get to the office or I'm in transit. But any day I start late, be sure my wife and I watch.
So, we're back now. Yeah, so that's a bit of flashback. So before we get into our discussion of embracing change, I'd like to ask members of our audience, because I want to engage in this conversation. How has it been the last 1 year? How many of you started? When did you start watching Your View? How did you know about the program? What are your thoughts? Who wants to go first? Let's start with you. Yeah, anyone you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Kunle Olomofe.
Yeah, Kunle.
Hi,
Kunle actually runs an online, right? An online advisory sort of.
It's a talk show as well.
A talk show. You need to go on our show because.
Kunle doesn't look bad.
Thank you very much.
Neither
do you.
What is wrong with paying a marriage?
I am.
Just check. Please go ahead, Jare Kunle.
Yeah, much like what most people have said, I stumbled on the show. And I actually stumbled on it late at night because it repeats at night. Yeah. And as soon as I saw it, I knew what you guys were about because you know of the American version. Yes. And I loved it. I called my mom immediately. She was sleeping. I said, "You have to see these guys." Oh. you have to see how, you know, young women are making things happen.
Thank you.
And since then, I've been hooked. Fantastic show.
Thank you so much. Who else? So many. We only have about 3 minutes, so let's take as many people as possible. Let's take Momsi. Look at her, she's standing already now. Be nice.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, madam.
Actually, I've been a fan of this program because you all are brilliant talkers.
Thank you.
Brilliant organizers.
Thank you so much.
I really love it. In the morning, if I've not heard it, I won't go down to cell. Yeah. I'll make sure I hear it. And whenever the light is off, I'll put on the generator. I'm so much in love with you.
Oh, thank you so much. Let's come to this side. This side.
Well, honestly,
we have just 2 minutes.
He has been standing since now. That man has been standing since now. This one in front.
But go ahead, ma. Don't worry, don't worry.
Good morning. I'm Barrister Olurebi Akinola Aguda.
Wow.
I've been longing to get in touch with you people. I saw one or two of you at different occasions, but I've not had this opportunity, not even on the phone. That's very unfortunate. Aww. I've always tried hard to participate in your discussions, which are actually really, really inspiring, to say the least.
Thank you,
I like your guests too. I mean, your guests, those you invite for talks, they have always been very helpful for the whole nation, for our political situations, and even for a natural like this lady here.
Thank
for
you.
A natural law bringing.
Yes, sir.
So
Thank you so much,
I'm really privileged to be here.
Thank you so much. Let's just take one more because I need to. We're going to bring our guests in the discussion right now, but let's take one last one. Tokwe. Yes, go ahead. Tokwe.
While she's giving them the mic, I just have to say that a big shout out goes to people who actually took their time to get fuel during the period when he was really scarce, just to turn on the generator and watch the show at 11 p.m.
Yeah,
thank you.
So much.
Thank you
so much. Yes.
Now you women are oppressing us. You women are oppressing us.
I'm so very happy to be here this morning. I've been longing to meet you ladies. I'm I love your shows.
Thank you so much.
I'm a confectioner. I'm meant to bring a cake here today.
Oh,
but I had a little 4 days ago, so I couldn't. I'm very sorry.
It's all good.
But it's so great.
Thank you so much. Nima, don't forget the birthday shout out you're going to talk about. The birthday shout out. Somebody's birthday.
Yes,
Pa Olaide Osundeko, one of our fans, the man is 75 today.
What's the name again, please?
Pa Olaide Osundeko.
Oh,
he loves this show. He's always watching. Oh. And Bushra, one of our Twitter fans, also tweeted now that it's her dad's birthday today. So
happy birthday.
Happy
birthday. Yeah. We've been talking about change. Well, change has come. So now, how do we embrace this change as citizens? So we'll have Larry here, hopefully telling us how to change in our mind and our thinking. Mama Gali will probably tell us how to change in our diet, start living healthier lives. Hopefully, Lebasha's Bossa will tell us about how we can achieve our dreams. Use your talent to do what you want to do. And Chris, obviously, we'll see how we can actually change to have a better government. So, but let me start with Larry. How do the average Nigerian citizen embrace this euphoria of change that's going on?
I think the very first thing is, we have to understand that Nigeria is ours and we are Nigeria. And so it's not about the government or the system. It's also about us. There's no geographical space that is operating in isolation of we, Nigerians. And so the change that we seek in governance or the change that we seek in government begins with us. And And in making that transition, we've got to look at some critical areas. Number one is our own immediate environment. What do we need to change within our own system? So in my business, if we're talking about corruption, how do I change corruption in my own environment? So whatever change that you desire, you've got to start it in your environment because your environment creates behaviors that align with your desired outcome. So the second area of change is your behavior or your habits. The third area of change is if you identify that you are incapable or you have certain abilities or certain behaviors or actions, you take certain actions that need to be changed, you need to identify them. And wherever you have gaps, you now need to develop yourself in those areas.
Good.
Then your beliefs, you've got to begin to change your mindsets, your philosophies. If those beliefs that you've had in the past do not align with where you're going, you've got to change them. If your values, your governing values need to change, you need to change them. Then also your image about yourself. Yeah. Your perception about how you want people to see you, how you want to carry yourself, that also needs to change. And when you change all of these critical things, then your outcomes will change.
Fantastic. Let me come to the question. As I said, change is here. In your own industry, as a leader, as a role model, how would you advise Nigerians to embrace change?
Well, I think it works hand in hand. And I'm going to say something now that I'm sure I'm going to cause a lot of chaos when I finish saying it. But I have a problem with saying that we want change and we're not thinking out of the box. And that's why when I saw Larry here, I was so excited, because this is a man that every time he talks, you know that he's thinking outside the box. So when he's talking about change, he's reasoning. He's not just talking about change. We're talking about change, and I'm watching the inauguration dinner of the governor of Lagos State. And one of my favorite musicians was the guest, Olamide. And I'm hearing him sing, Moti Mudongo Yaro, a monkey tail, and I smoke Claro on international television. Something is wrong. And that is the change we are talking about. Something is wrong. Fantastic musician. He's got other songs he could have done. With the right words in front of the governor of the state. You are saying you smoke Claro, and we all know what Claro is. I don't. And somebody puts that name.
Okay. That's exactly saying on live TV.
Honestly, I have a problem with the system. I have a problem with the system. I have a problem with the songs our artists are singing.
Yes.
I look at you and I call you, sorry, I will use the word in its sense. I call you, Jumoke, you are a bitch, and you are offended because I said it in a word. I said it in a joke. Then I say, Jumi, you are a bitch, you are a bitch. And Jumi is dancing. I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch. Something is wrong.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with the system. And the change should go cut across, not just the government, not just it's everywhere.
I like the energy, and I think we still need to make it a proper topic because we don't have enough time to discuss it. I like the energy, like the questions person is bringing into it. But let me jump to Mama Garlic because I want to douse it. If I go to Chris, we will not leave this matter. Let me jump to Mama Garlic to someone else. In healthy living, in living a good life, how do we embrace this change?
Yes, as we all know, health is wealth. So for you to be wealthy, you need to be healthy. For you to be able to enjoy the change, there's some steps you need to take, which is number one, your diet and your nutrition. You do something about your exercise. You do something about the quality of the water that you take in. Then your relationship is another thing, and rest is there. Then what again do you need to do? The air, the kind of air that you breathe in. These are 7 things I've mentioned now. You need to do a self-appraisal. Have I been taking care of the kind of things I put in my body? Remember, you are what you eat. It is garbage in, garbage out. And when you're going to sleep at night, your body is going to ask you, by the time it gets to the warehouse, what are the things that you have kept in here that are going to use to repair you? Because you have a self-healing body. So every time between the hours of 11 p.m. and 4 a.m., your repair hormone is the...
4 a.m. and 8 p.m.
Oh, yeah. That's why you can see what's happening to Jumoke this morning. Because as at the time she's putting on powdered yam, the digestive enzyme is already saying, I'm going to do something here. And that's why she's in trouble this morning. So drowsy, so unfortunate, Jumoke. Don't repeat that again. No matter what happens. If they give you $1 million, don't do that. So what are we saying now?
Can you repeat that exercise from Moriah to here again?
Oh, yeah. No, please.
I don't eat at night, with all due respect.
No, she's talking about the exercise. Remember the way I went about it. Number one is your diet and lifestyle, which is number one thing that you need to be concerned about. Number two is the quality of exercise that you have, because the air that goes into you is very, very important. Number three is the quality of the water you drink, pure, clean, because of the alkaline of your body. That's important. Number four, that is the place of the rest. Okay, number five, your relationship. Right, you don't have to keep malice with somebody because your body has the good cells and the bad cells. So while you're hanging with somebody, you're actually killing yourself gradually. And some people that have that kind of strife and malice are dying gradually from the cancers of this world. Thank you. Live healthy.
I won't let you complete it because I know
you won't allow me to go on.
My producer is on my ear like next. But the thing is that we need to move on to Chris. I want to come back to Chris, and I'll let the ladies have a conversation later. But Chris, in our government, we are expecting so much from you people. When I say you people, I'm talking you people. APC. You people have said change has come. Please, we Nigerians, what should we expect from APC government right now?
How do we embrace change with you?
Yes, from your party.
No, I think that the first two speakers have talked about the fundamentals. I know the governance and government stands on a dual pole, on two poles, the led and the leader. And almost always, we are too often critical of leadership, and we forget that we have a role to play. The world over, the people nudge leaders to do what is right. The world over, the people are almost always very critical, albeit positively. But here, look at what's happening now. A certain watch, you don't know whether it was a gift to the First Lady. It's gone
viral
everywhere. It's a hoopla that people, rather than talk about the fundamentals of governance, they're talking about, oh, they said they don't have money. Now she's wearing a 10 million naira watch. And then the next one, I was reading a news report online yesterday, and they're telling me that the vice president was locked out of a security meeting. Must both of them be there? Oh, okay. And then you ask the other one, you know, it's a plethora of, but you don't blame the Nigerian people. After 16 years of bungled hopes, bungled dreams, failed promises, there is naturally some level of apprehension, some level of worry. We understand that. But the fact is that the body language of our president inspires hope. Okay. And then when you understand that reality, that's why the United Kingdom would say, give us your wish list. Okay. What do you want us to do? Right. How do you want us to come with you? The Americans will say, we're ready to partner with you. And fundamentally, if the world is saying, we can work with you, that gives great hope. Right. And with that hope, Obafemi Awolowo did say in the late 60s that hope is the last milk in the human breast. I think that hope is what must sustain this promise. And that hope is what we crave of Nigeria and the faith that we can do it.
Fantastic. Now, because I have a few minutes left, I need to jump through that question at the members of our audience. How, based on what the Precious Bosse has said, with our artists, the way they behave, your mind, what Larry and Richard has said, what Mama Gadik has said, and what Chris has said, what steps are you as a citizen planning to take to embrace this new change? And who would like to go for? Let's speak to somebody we've not spoken to. Let's take a couple of people.
Good morning, my name is John Akerele. The first step that I would take is that, which I also want everybody to do, that is that we should go back to our secondary schools as alumni and students and have an input. These young boys want to look up to you. Somebody like you going back to your school, a child is looking at you, I watch you on your views in the morning or at night, and you are coming back to my school. Fantastic. We are both old boys and girls of the school. That inspires hope. So that's just an area I want us to really work on.
A couple more, yes. Who else?
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Honorable Yabo.
I think we need to remember something, that the present head of state was a military officer. And in the military, you have to obey first and then complain. So I am married to an officer for the past 37 years now, and we retired as a brigadier general. Wow. So the disciplinary action is what you are saying there. Like the time of the other inauguration, when they said the likes of my House of Rep member, Abike Dabiri was locked out, they came late. The same thing happened to the vice president. Once you come in late, automatically, once the head of state comes inside before you, automatically you'll be locked outside. So there is nothing wrong with that. Nigerians, we need to learn something. We need to be disciplined, even in our homes. Yeah. Even with your husband, your children, you need to be contented. You need to really understand life, how it's supposed to go. You need to be active in everything you do. And you need to be very, very thorough and be truthful to yourself. Thank you very much.
All right. So let's start with audience. Yes, sir. I know you have a...
Good morning, all. My name is Tunde Oladipo. I am an IT consultant, and I've spent the last 8 years of my life trying to use technology to bring back integrity into examinations. And if we say we want to embrace change, I believe we should go back to the drawing board of our educational system. I have seen parents try to help children to enter secondary school by giving them expo. I'm talking of 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old children. So when you are saying, like Soludo said some years ago, that our graduates are not employable, we know where it all started from. So the first thing we should do, go back to the education drawing board and ensure that all things are done properly, put the round pegs in the round holes, and let's move on from there.
Fantastic.
Just like Chris said, there is a lot of hope for Nigeria. Thank you.
Let's take one more, just one more, please, just one more. Just one more.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please, my name is Abroshi Dolaniro. To round it up, the only thing I would advise us to do is let's have morals. If you fear God, you will do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, so because we have a bit of say, unfortunately, let me let you. Yes, ma'am. There is something that is still missing. You're not Mike. They can't hear you at home.
My name is Adeshina.
Yes.
My name is Adeshina Akinyemi.
Yes.
I think the change should begin with us. I finished drinking pure water sachet in the bus. Instead of me throwing it in the box there, I throw it outside. There's rain, and it fell into the gutter, and the whole gutter is blocked, and there's erosion everywhere. And the chairman of the commissioner said, I need 50 billion naira to clear up that gutter. And I keep on asking him, say, this man has been eating up our money, has been abusing our money. I allowed him. If I have thrown the sachet into the box, I wouldn't have allowed it.
Fantastic. We have to come. Yes, ma'am. Let me let you.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I just have to recall what my late husband, Honorable Justice Akinola Aguda, always said about the problem about this country, and that is paying lip service. We talk too much. We have so many of these morals lined up. We have so many of these ways of changing our ways lined up. But are we conscientious about them? Are we conscientious about them? Let us stop for once.
Yes.
Let us stop paying lip service for once.
All right.
And the change will come.
Thank you, ma'am. Let me take Victoria. We have just one call. Victoria from Uganda. Are you there, Victoria?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
I've been looking upward to hook up with you. I thank God I was able to hook up today. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. For the change you are talking about,
yes,
we all know that God is the God that can change everything the way it's supposed to be. And what we as humans will do is just obedience and do the right thing at the right time, just like most of your guests invitees have said. I pray God will keep you up.
Thank you so much.
I just came in contact with your program, I think 2013. My son just linked me up with you people, so that was how I was able to.
Thank you so much, ma.
Since then, I've been watching your program.
Thank you so much, ma. Appreciate it. All right, unfortunately, we have to round up this segment because we have so much to do. We have Divine Music. Where are they? Are you ready for us? We need to start playing that music because we have to cut the cake now with our guests because we have just a few minutes left. I know everybody has comments on this topic. We all have to embrace change. Morenike, we didn't hear from you today, but it's so good to have you. Let's see. So I want to thank Mrs. Odubi for small chops. Daviva gave us Ankaras for our guests. So you're going on with Ankara. Thank you so much, Daviva. And I think Jose Deco Master, they gave us the cake, I believe. And I have Ruffy B. They made Jose Deco is a decorator. She decorated. And Ruffy B is the cake maker. Thank you so much, Ruffy B. We appreciate you being helping us with the cake. So let's have the music. And we're going to come close. Can we have our guests please disconnected so they can come forward? We need music, Oga. I want to dance. This is the anniversary matter. Divine Music. Please clap for them. Cut the cake, so we need the guests with this.
You know what? Why?
What a wonderful day, wonderful day. The day I will never forget. After I wander in darkness away, Jesus my Savior I met.
This is long enough.
Oh, what a tender compassionate friend.
Celebrating today with our viewers. Look at them with their phones. We thank you all for being part of the show. Thank our guests for being here. It's been 2 years. Anybody want to say anything?
Yeah.
Where's our hand mic?
I think it's been an incredible 2 years of entertaining people and educating them. And there's been a whole...
So, on the count of 3, right? We're going to say your view together, all right? 1, 2, 3. Your view! Thank you so much. Let's cut the cake. I don't like the idea of doing that thing. I don't like it. I don't like the idea of doing that. All right, please, come and join in the picture. And you don't think so. Uwa, where are you going to? Uwa. All right, please, come and join us. Come and join us. Uwa, where are you now? I'm back, I'm back. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to watch our review broadcast at midnight tonight. You can also watch previous episodes by going to YouTube/TV Entertainment. God bless you. See you Monday. Bye-bye. And don't forget, embrace change. Very, very key. God bless you. Bye-bye.